All right, hey there, Mike Wakefield with Micro Industrial Finishing. Today's video, we're going to discuss something that's actually come up a couple times in questions in the social media feed and also on the website, some contact forms that we've had. So what we're going to talk about is some things to consider when buying capital equipment, more specifically deburring and parts washing equipment, and we're going to refine that down to about 5 things, although of course there are way more things to consider, but these are 5 important things that we want to talk about today. All right, first thing is going to be, what is your goal? Now I'm going to drop this down into 2 subcategories. One is going to be deburring and one will be parts washing. All right, now in deburring, there are basically a couple things you're going to be thinking about. What are the tolerances of the pieces if they're going to be fitting together with something else after the deburring is completed, and then what is the RA, the edge break finishes that you need to meet those tolerances. That will help you pick the type of equipment, the type of media, the process altogether. And when we're talking about parts washing, a question that seems to come up a lot is how clean is clean and how dry is dry. Health and safety regulations, along with maybe some processes that are indoctrinated into your company as it is, would dictate whether we move in a aqueous or a solvent direction. Both can work extremely well. But that said, we're still going to have to determine how clean is clean, how dry is dry. That spec can be determined from a few different ways. Most popular is going to be either white glove. You rub the part, is there any black or discoloration residue on the glove? The other one might be a Dines test, which is a dye test, a separation of dye on the surface. And probably one of the best ways is a millipore test, where we would take the part, run some solvent fluid over the top of it, collect all the runoff, run it through a patch, and then analyze that patch under a microscope. And that would give us a detailed sort of view of the composition of what came off the part, if anything at all. All right, now, number 2. After goal is, what are the options available to help us hit these goals that we've determined? That's where a company like Micro comes in. We are a multi-line dealer. We deal with deburring, parts washing equipment, automation, manual, pretty much anything that's going to help you get your surface ready for the customer. That's where we come in, and that's how we can help you out. We take all that research and development that you would have to do yourself, and you just task us with it. With the dozens, if not over 100 collective years of experience in the building, we take our experience and then point you in the right direction. Excuse me, got a phone going off. All right, number 3. After choosing the type of equipment that you want, we like to think of reliability and repeatability is the most important factor in manufacturing. Much more important so than the initial investment itself is, how long will this piece of equipment last? How much can we count on it? How much downtime is it going to have? Hopefully none at all, or very little. And the repeatability of the process. In deburring, you want the same surface finish every time. In parts washing, you want the same clean part, the same dry part potentially, to come out of that machine every time. So when you go to the customer, or maybe it's a mid-process cleaning, where then it's going to go to a plating application or it's going to go into a furnace, that part needs to be clean to avoid any catastrophic issues downstream in the production. And again, that's where we come in. We work with companies that have been around for a long time. Micro has aligned itself for that specific reason, that not only do we want to work with companies that have been around for a while because obviously they make good, long-lasting equipment, but because when it comes to servicing the equipment, the spare parts are available, the knowledge is there, and there's a team that can help you out. The worst thing that can happen in manufacturing, honestly, is having an important factor in the process, like a parts washing or deburring operation, go down and then not be able to fix the equipment. Downtime, as anyone in manufacturing knows, is the worst. It's like dead air on the radio. All right, now the other 2 things that we're going to talk about, 4 and 5, you can flip them around. I'm going to do them in this order. It's going to be the cost of the equipment at number 4 and the overall cost of operation at number 5. I kind of hit on this earlier. The upfront cost of the equipment, I always factor in, what is the sort of reputation of the company that's making the equipment. can the company that's offering the equipment, like us, can they offer customer testimonials to say that the equipment works? Can they bring you to a piece of equipment in the field that's working because they have a working relationship with the customer they sold it to? These are all things that generally Mikro can offer to customers to ease their mind at the point of purchase. Now after that, there's the cost of operation that is huge, and that breaks down into a few categories, which would be the reliability factor we talked about earlier, and then also how quickly do they consume consumables, the media that you put in there, whether it's the chemistries you put in a parts washer or the media you put in a vibratory tumbling machine or a number of different commodities that we use in the manufacturing process. How quickly does it go through that, and how much does it cost every time we have to fill it? At Mikro, we always factor that into the decision of the recommendation. We know that the bottom line is your bottom line, and that is where we specialize. And that again is where our experience comes in. So after viewing this video, if you think Mikro can help you locate the right piece of equipment for your manufacturing operation, and I know we can, please give us a call or contact us. The office number here is 860-875-6357, or you can always check us out on the interweb, and that is at mikro1.com. That's MIKRO, the number 1.com. Thank you again for watching. See you soon. Bye.